thank you and I welcome you to this communication. With me is the Deputy President in charge of Northern Uganda, Mama Lina Zedriga Waru. Doctor, thank you for being here.
Greetings, and I'm very excited that we are here together to make sure that, having a feel of the first leg of our campaign, the presidential campaign, with all the brutalities, but we're going to focus on the Acts of the Apostles. What are the milestones? I'm excited and very humble. Thank you,
Mama. And of course, on my left-hand side is the Honorable Johnny Mujisha, Deputy President in charge of Western Uganda. Mama, you're welcome.
People power.
Our power.
People power.
Our power.
I greet you all in the name of people power.
Thank you. It's an honor to be with you, Deputy President. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I want to appreciate the massive support that we have received all across the country. In every place we've stepped in. We have covered 42 districts. Now, we should have covered more than 54 districts, but as you are aware, we've been disrupted greatly by the regime. I would want to ask Mama Zedriga to give us a brief of the northern part of Uganda. Maybe I would be even glad, we would be glad to hear that also in the local language as we finish. Please, you have the floor.
Thank you so much. NUP everywhere and everywhere.
NUP.
In Arua,
NUP.
in Gulu,
NUP.
in Lira,
NUP.
in Karamoja.
NUP.
Thank you so much for this space. My dearly beloved people in the struggle. Today is a very critical day for us at the NUP. Ours is to have a feel of where, how, who, for the last, how many days. We are humbled that we started in northern Uganda, in West Nile, in Pakwach. We went to Nebi, we went to Arua. Unfortunately, I just wish I could be celebrating the massive support, but I cannot celebrate this massive support without condemning the militarization. But I want to thank my president and the team on the ground, the team on the move, for the resilience. It is unprecedented. In Pakwach, of course, we opened very successfully and we went heavy amidst all the militarization. Arua was so massive. What my take in Arua was that the people power overruled all of us. Of course, we were maliciously diverted, blocked, brutalized to access the venues, which our people on the ground, in less than 9 hours, battled with the very malicious administration, militarized the system of where we would be, the final ground in Oli. But I congratulate you people for that resilience, the focus, the hope, the faith. Even the place that was given at Oli, we were able to preside over militarization, preside over intimidation, preside, and you delivered one of the best moments for us. You set the standard, and you actually invoked a saying that I usually like when I'm training the alternative and transformative leaders, that when the world sits, that's what you told us in Arua in practice, when the world sits, you stand. When the world stands, you stand up. When the world stands up, be outstanding. When the world becomes outstanding, be the standard. And when the world becomes the standard, be outstanding and make it too high. And that is exactly what we did. And we need to continue to scale up the standards. One critical lesson, we demystified the military. By 6 o'clock, our president was supposed to be at Oli, and he had been diverted in the rain. The people refused to move. Military was telling us, you know, they said we are not going to go until we hear, because we know it is not by his mistake that he has been delayed to this extent. In the rain, our people in Arua fear rain, but this time they did not even fear rain. So I want to continue to say thank you, our Minangere. My taking it that when people are resolved, which they are, military, no military barrels will disperse the people. They are telling us this in action. In fact, I was even at one time telling people now we should start moving. They said, no, we are not going to move until we see and hear from the president. And this has continued. In Lira, in Oyam, when I was arrested actually before we went to Apache, the people actually came. The communities gathered immediately. Power of the communities this time. We are in charge of this. It is not the military. So for me, it is in action. It is very powerful. It is speaking to us. It is shaping us. Even when we were arrested with the team by military, waving sticks and guns, all men, the power of the presence of the communities that came, women carrying their babies on their backs, that is so powerful. And it has remained with me throughout. And of course, the teamwork. We need to be documenting this. We must stay resilient. We must stay on top of whatever. Nothing should come between us and our delivery of Uganda. We are now focusing on vote protection, because that is the messaging all of you are telling us. Please, how are you going to? Because even if now you don't come in and we are going to vote. Nope. But are you going to protect? I have thrown that question back. Are we going to protect? Yes, we are going to protect our votes. And we are working towards making sure that, in fact, mapping all the loopholes and mapping all the polling stations. So we have left actually the campaign because it is a done deal. We are now focusing on vote protection, voter safety and security, away from rigging, away from buying, away from intimidation, away from the sticks, away from the military, away. We are saying we will deliver these votes. And we can do it. We are going to do it together. This time, for the first time, Ugandans have owned this process. They are not leaving it. They were not even telling us, you shake the mangoes. No. You know, the shaking the mangoes is about pay us. People do not actually want to hear about that. They have owned the process. And that is one thing NOP has given to the people of Uganda. Power to us. So, Northern Uganda will set that trend. We are very excited about it. We are waiting the second round. And we are actually going to raise the bar even higher. This is not your struggle alone. This is our struggle. We want to thank everybody for that. I think you have been look at this. I'm a dear I'm a West Nile, I'm a Bakidi Ba, Oru, Uganda, Oluzungua, Karamojo asi, Buganda asi, Mbarara asi, Baorokina, Aleruan in there, Tebandenga, Deruanico. Ani Apadete Yabiskor, Ametikiti Tualo, Ametikiti Urikoko, Ametikiti Asi or Posi, Asi or Kasi, Ametikiti Ada, and wrote the Anilo Parakaniko, and wrote the Aletara Uganda already. We want to see the new Uganda delivered in practice. Our reform, and please be on notice. We are back on track, and we are coming to Arua. We are coming to Moyo. We are coming to Koboko. We are coming to Yumbe. We are going to reach everywhere, physically and also by our voice and representations. Because you know, time is now left very few, very short towards the elections. We totally want to be in every village. And we know and we believe by the representatives, people like Opingopi, people like Haddad, people like Victor, and all the candidates, we know we are present, and we know we are waiting January 14th. Our fourth Saro, Oriyo, 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 Oriyo. Our four. Apo Mate.
Apo your better, Mama. Yeah. You motivate me, Dr. Lina Zedriga. When you were speaking here, my mind ran back and the sight came back to my eyes when you were behind the bars. But you are telling me, you go, don't slow down, you keep moving.
Yes, I was telling you, you have no business here. You have actually lost. You are supposed to be in a patch.
At the next
and
venue.
I'm glad you humbly.
I want you to know that you inspire me. You inspire the girls of this country. You inspire the people of Uganda.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the Deputy President in charge of Northern Uganda, Mama Honorable John Mugisha, Deputy President in charge of Western Uganda. Kindly welcome to floor and give us a brief of Western Uganda.
People power.
Our power.
People power.
Our power.
Thank you very much, my president. I must say that the Western leg started with the challenge because while we were originally supposed to start in Barara, in Chindura, in Sindi, Tunga, and Bukundi, but that is when the principal and the rest of the members were detained here in Kampala, and we couldn't finish that. So we started the following Monday with Chegegwa, and Chegegwa was a little bit very hard actually, because there were a lot of arrests. Our venue was changed in the morning, and we were told to move to another venue, and the rest of the supporters were in prison. However, as I always say, that when God has said yes, nobody can say no. Because this is God's struggle, and He's doing it right in His own way. We proceeded to Chenjojo. Chenjojo, the venue was also changed. They took us very, very far. Those of you who are conversant with the geography of that place, there is a place called Utiti. But as God would always have it, there were people there at the playground of Utiti, Second Teachers College. There were people there, and we thanked God. We proceeded for Koto City. They also threw us very far away from the people. They took us past Virka. Those of you who know Virka very well, very far from the town. We had a wonderful meeting there. People were in thousands along the way, but what was very annoying was the police. I really don't want to call it police, because I have not seen real policemen throwing tear gas in the midst of people. People's homes are along these roads where we are told to pass, but then okay. Now, people's homes, people live along these roads where we are told to pass, but you see the police mercilessly throwing tear gas in people's homes. They chase them away from their homes because they are just, some of them are just on the compound and they are watching people pass. But then people are brutalized in that manner. Then the following day we had to go to Bundubujo. We went to Bundubujo. We were denied entry into Bundubujo town, but we also had a wonderful meeting where they stopped us. In other words, what am I saying? That wherever we have been, it doesn't matter where they throw us, people will always find us there. In Bunyangabu, it was very wonderful. It rained, but people braved the rain. And then, you know, we had a wonderful meeting, and it was only in Kasese that people were killed. We saw the army, because that was not police. You could imagine that there was external aggression or external attack, because the army that was in Kasese, you'd think that Rwanda had attacked Uganda or Congo had attacked Uganda, because there were very many of them. They blocked us. We couldn't move left to right. We stayed in the middle. People were so many. then they started shooting live bullets and killing people. We saw several young people who were hurt, and our people had to take them to the hospital. Then we were denied access to the radio in Kasese, but I know, even when we were denied, that our people know what is taking place. The following day, we had to go back to, through Fort Potro to Kagadi. Kagadi is in Hoima. We went to Hoima through Kagadi. Then from Kagadi, we went to Hoima, and there was too much tear gas in Hoima. There was too much tear gas in Burisa. They stopped us from accessing the field where we had booked. They stopped us from accessing the field where we had booked in Burisa. But thank God, as I've said before, people were there waiting for us. Then on our way back from Burisa, we had to go to Chiryandongo through Masindi. In Masindi, we had booked Boma Ground, and we were denied access to Boma Ground in Masindi. People turned up. There were so many along the roads, but of course there were live bullets, tear gas, and there was even one young man who was knocked by a police van, a police vehicle in Masindi. We proceeded to Chiryandongo, and Chiryandongo was the best. Ladies and gentlemen, Chiryandongo was very, very good. And I personally talked to the man who was commanding the police. I told him, you have been today. In fact, I told him, you know what, you are going to be our IGP when we take over power. Yes. So Chiryandongo was good, but we had now to proceed to Chenkwanzi. And when we reached a place called Mijera, it was already late. It was time for curfew. We thought that we would put up there, and then in the morning proceed to the other place. However, the police denied us entry into the place. We had booked a hotel, which they stopped us from entering. There was this young man who was there, who was telling us that, in fact, he said it in Urinyankore, you cannot sleep in this place. So we suffered. We ate a lot of tear gas that day, and I want to assure you that where God has said yes, nobody can say no. We slept outside the whole night, but in the morning we had to proceed to Chenkwanzi. I have one point to make here, to say that in Uganda, those days long time ago, Uganda used to have inland flights. Inland flights. I asked the policeman who was stopping us from passing through Masindi, because we previously wanted to pass through Masindi or Hoima in order to access Chenkwanzi. But they said, you can't pass here. Then I asked them, if you didn't want us to use roads, why did your government kill all those facilities that were there a long time ago? Because if there had been an aeroplane, we would fly and get to Chenkwanzi. But because we had to use roads, we are denied using roads, we are denied using, I don't know what else they want us to use. So, however, the following day, the principal and the team went to Chenkwanzi. I was not able to reach Chenkwanzi, but there is one big problem, and I want to point it out today, that this government, they are like what we normally say in Urinyankore. They want elections to take place. They don't want campaign to take place. They don't want people to access the people, but they want people to vote. Now, how can somebody vote a person whom they have never seen? Because I think the whole idea of creating a scientific campaign was in the interest of government to deny other competitors time and people so that they would actually vote the people they have always known. But fortunately, when God has said yes, nobody can say no. That's why we are able, even where they throw us off the population, people still come to see their candidate. I want to thank all those people in Western Uganda, all of you who have been in support with us, and all Ugandans at large, that you have been able to support us. And I pray that you continue to support us, and I pray, because now is time for change. It is now or never. Get up, Ugandans. The person who is stopping others from accessing people is not only punishing the person who is contesting, but is punishing Ugandans, because it is your right as Ugandans to look at your candidates, to hear your candidates, to talk to your candidates, and then be able to make a right decision. So I want to encourage all of you that despite tear gas, by the way, this tear gas I think is expired, because the kind they gave us in Masindi, in Mijere, in Mijera, I think I have actually been sick for the last 3 days. But don't worry, it doesn't kill. You can take bits of it as long as you are interested in change, as long as you want change in this country, brave it. Because power is not given. Power is not given on a silver platter. Power is taken. And we can only take it through suffering. So, ladies and gentlemen, get up. If you hear wherever our candidate is, please try to go there. The law says that we take 200 people, and of course, as you very well know, that is impossible. That's not campaign. I mean, we don't even know the people out there whom we should give cards to make 200 people. But you stand by the road. The principal will be there to wave to you, and you'll hear from him, like in this manner we are doing. So I thank you very much for the support. Continue to support us, and I'm sure as I am talking to you this evening, we shall win this election, because it is self-explanatory anyway. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mama. Talk bigambo shomuri nyankole.
Abantu abokuririza orunyakitara nyenda kubanza kubasima ahabwa support ningashi obuhagizo obutwine omu Western Uganda. Nangwa na mnonga omuri Mbarara, omuri Kiruhura, aho muzeya rukurga nahaseriyeye omuri Nshwere ahakurga obuhagizi tubwine. Nyenda kubahereza amani kugira ngo mugumizemu amani, mugire obuhagizi ahabwo kuba okubazibira okutuzibiritwe na candidate wetu kushika myanya yanyu, ekyo tukikwija kubeiha principal ningashi candidate w'umwino mu mitwe yanyu kumushanguramu. Ate ikintu kishana na nkoku omuntu arukwangisa munywani wawe akatekateka ngo yatagure barha yakwandikire nare kishane cyakutwekeire akakitagura akatekateka ngo wa murugo mutu. Mbwene ngira ngo abantu mwena abokurro rumyo muyimuke tuhagire Kyagulanyi ahabwe kuba nuwe assurance. He's the new figure, he's the new line that is good for this country. Mbwene mwena muyimuke imwe mutafa yo tiya gas terukwita. In fact inaba bintu bagizanisa bakugira ngo kuterwa tiya gas tokarwara na covid. Ahabo kuboko kwe kubanesha yakuzamaraka akakoko nako kagenda. Abo kuba otherwise mu group yitu tukabitwarweire nko kuba kugira ngo ntureto burwire. Nabwo eco mutatina ejo ni intimidation mutagira obwoba okono kubatina tinsa abo kuba Uganda y'imurkwenda nitwe niyo twenda ni yabanya Uganda bashemerire kubanu baturamu Uganda eyine bintu nimba ningambira abantu noreba ekizibu cya Uganda no kugira ngo tukuhandika history no butashomana history nimba ningambira abanya Uganda ntereba ntunumanya ngo Uganda ekabegire gari yo mwika erga kasese eza pakwachi ntunumanya ngo Uganda ekabegire nyonyi za Boeing Uganda Airlines care company ryawe ry'amani Uganda kegera za bus company konke bintu byona government ekabikwata yabitwara bwayo yabicwekereza de ron tuturraho mpa bwene njera ngo twayenzire Uganda netandika kutandikana itwe. It must begin with you, then it moves to the next person. Mbwene muyimuke cyegegwa tukagera okwatwa za Kagadi batuzibira nangwa akagade kabonera konka zabunda uburyo batuzibira ku ikacayi za hoima batukingirana twaguma rwagati tunywa tiya gasi konka koko kubagambira ahimukama ateyira umukono gwe ntuza kutunga ubuhagizi ana no businguzi ngira nko twamwesere owe kitinisa tukamwete rya musinguzi yitwe nk'abanyankore mwimuke tuhagire musinguzi rero tugire obusinguzi abakonjo bakamweta mujuni omuntu mujuni naba nakujune kizibwe cyoyine bwene mureke tuhagire mujuni rero tugire obusinguzi omu Western region tuhagire arari rero arari atusyaha birungi ebyo biturukwendo mu Uganda yitu mwebare munonga.
Thank you very much, Honorable Jolly Mugisha. Ladies and gentlemen, we continue to thank you. Indeed, it has been massive. I celebrate you, two powerful ladies. Of course, we salute our two other deputy presidents, the Honorable John Baptist Nabeshe and the Honorable Matthias Mpuga. Now, indeed, just to reiterate their communication, it has been massive. Wherever we have been, it has been massive, massive, massive. We thank all Ugandans for the support and love and the welcome. And I must reassert this, that this is a homegrown cause. Ours is a Ugandan cause. Forget what President Museveni continues saying, that we are funded by foreigners. We are not funded by foreigners. We're not even funded. We are supported by Ugandans living here and abroad. And it's on this note that I want to thank the Ugandans in the diaspora. Thank you for believing in us. Thank you for taking a risk with us. We know fighting a dictatorship is a risk, but thank you for believing in us. We can only promise you our unrelenting commitment to this cause. We are definitely removing a dictator. I must also appreciate the people that work with our teams, the people that have been working with Dr. Lina Zedriga, the people that have been working with the Honorable John Mugisha, the friends, the advanced teams, the activists that are risking it with us every day, that are getting beaten. Friends, you are the real revolutionaries. I want to condemn in the strongest terms the violence that was unleashed by the regime. You see, the Museveni regime has always prided in violence. They even call themselves the masters of violence. And indeed, they try as much as possible to send so much fear in the hearts of the Ugandans. When they illegally arrested me in Luuka, people protested. But as President Museveni said it recently when he was in Karamoja, Mr. Museveni, once again, he conceded to ordering the military to kill unarmed civilians, just like he conceded to the fact that he's the one that ordered for the murder of Yasin Kauma and my own murder, only that God saved my life. President Museveni just conceded. He said he heard that there were protests, but he knew that he would send the army to sort them out. And indeed, he sent the army to sort them out. Some of the soldiers were in uniform, while others were not in uniform, as we all saw. And they killed, to the estimate of 100 unarmed civilians, young men and women, murdered in cold blood by the people that are paid to protect them. I was in Luwero yesterday, and I met a lady and a gentleman. These people were my age, and they were crying because a police officer, apparently the DPC of Luwero, a one Tukundane, was reported to have shot their 14-year-old son. His name was Arnold Walusimbi. That is one of the many people that get killed. A few of them we get to know, the likes of Yasin Kauma, the likes of Dan Chene, the likes of Rita and Nabukenya, and all. But we condemn the murder of innocent civilians, and we tell you, people that are holding guns, that you better behave well, because you are not going to be in those positions forever. We continue to call upon Ugandans that have lost loved ones to the state-inspired murder. We are compiling a report, and be sure that justice will take its course. We also call upon the friends out there to reach out to us so we can see how best to connect, how best to reach out to the people that are in need of especially legal assistance. We must work together to protect each other from this brutal dictatorship that is determined to take the lives of innocent civilians in cold blood. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to reiterate that ours is a message of freedom. Ours is a message of redemption. Ours is a message of putting people, the people of Uganda, ahead of those that hold guns. These people that hold guns are supposed to be civil servants. Even the president is supposed to be a civil servant. And again, we have said it once, time and again, that we are non-violent. We are disciplined people. We are law-abiding citizens. It has been the effort of the regime to project us as violence so that they can be able to unleash violence towards us, since it's the only thing they know. President Museveni cannot argue with us. President Museveni cannot make any point. He cannot explain his failed 35 years of administering Uganda. Now what they do is tell lies. Either they will say that we are being funded by foreigners to demand for our freedom and equal rights and justice, or they will call us tribalists. So it's on that note that I also want to take time to condemn tribalism, the reverse tribalism that is being practiced by President Museveni. I've said it time and again that we have moved in all parts of Uganda, but the police commanders and their DPCs are all coming from the same area. And we have been saying that we should be projecting a national character, a national image in all institutions of state. So it makes the Museveni regime really look ugly if all police commanders, all military commanders, all DPCs are actually coming from the same region. This person called Museveni therefore loses all moral authority to talk about tribalism, because he is actually practicing tribalism and he is oppressing the people that are condemning tribalism. So we continue to condemn tribalism, we continue to condemn tribal talk, we continue to condemn segregation in our country, Uganda. The reason why they call us the National Unity Platform is that we believe in national unity. We believe in being a country that offers equal opportunity and equal rights to all Ugandans. We understand that people have been besieged. The nation has been besieged. Recently, when we were in Luwero, actually yesterday, we reached the town and it was like a ghost town. And we learned that the military and the police had been moving with loudspeakers the previous night, announcing a daytime curfew in Nakasongola, in Luwero, and in Nakaseke. And indeed, when we reached those towns, we found them like army garrisons, mean-looking military men wielding AK-47s, beating up people and forcing them to close their businesses on a Monday, beating up citizens and forcing them out of town, forcing them to lock themselves in the houses on a Monday, daytime, 11 o'clock, midnight. It was a Saturday. So it is really, 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 really appalling to see the national military behaving like this. We were also informed that border riders were actually warned that anybody who would be caught riding a border, it would be confiscated and they would have to come up with 500,000 shillings to get their borders back. But to the people of Luwero, the people of Nakaseke, the people of Nakasongola, and indeed the Greater Luwero Triangle, we salute you for your resolve. We salute you for your bravery. You walked almost 10 miles away from Luwero town to come in huge numbers to come and listen to our message of liberation. We don't take that for granted. You continue to communicate back to us that indeed what we've been telling you all along, it sank. You continue to prove to us that we are not wrong. You continue to prove to us that we are not alone. We are all in the same struggle. Thank you for embracing this struggle. Thank you for giving us confidence. Now, before I even update you on our next move, I want to once again take this opportunity to tell the people of Uganda that the reason why we are seeking office is not just to be president. It's not just to remove President Museveni. We have experienced leaders, just like the one sitting here with me, And the ones that are out there, many of them are in the public life, and many of them are not. Our agenda, in brief, is a people-centered government. It's a government that serves the people. It is servant leadership that we are looking at. For the first time, we want to empower Ugandans to make their voices reign supreme, to make them own their country, to make them the owners of Uganda, and yes, to reduce the leaders to servants, because that is what the law says. All power belongs to the people. So the people of Uganda should be the bosses and their leaders should be the servants, but not the other way around. Not a situation where a president like Museveni will come and say, I am not your servant. So that is number one on our agenda. And if you vote for me, if you vote for us as a National Unity Platform, you will be getting servants as leaders, not bosses as leaders. Secondly, we want to ensure equal access to quality education and quality health care. This is wide. We have a wide program for our education system, the 4As, etc. We have a wide program for our healthcare system, which has been planned not only in Uganda, but it was confirmed by the Maputo Protocol and confirmed by the Abuja Declaration that at least 15% will go to our healthcare, and then ensure that we supervise it, not take the shame of having 18 women die every day giving birth, not having to take the shame of more than 300 children dying every day. That we can do, that we will do. And number three, we want an inclusive economic development. Not this business of President Museveni coming to TV and talking about GDP, talking about economic development, which is not translating down to the common person. This is only for the few, those rich and mighty, the powerful, the ones that hold power. We want all economic development to be owned by Ugandans. Have Uganda for Ugandans. Number four, we are passionate about land, how it's being grabbed and how it can be protected, how it is being misused and how it can be best used. We are passionate about natural resources. The people of Uganda should own the natural resources of Uganda. The natural resources of Uganda should belong to the people of Uganda and should be to their benefit. Not this business of President Museveni coming and shamelessly saying, my oil. Not this business of being that the first family is the one that runs gold. I was in Kasanda, actually. I was in Kasanda, and I learned that President Museveni's brother, Sodo, has actually taken over the mines of the people of that place, reducing them to slaves in their own country. That must stop. That will stop. And of course, we want to improve our environment. We want to be a leadership that will focus on environmental protection. We are becoming a desert at the hands of our leaders. It is those in powerful positions that are leading the deforestation. We want to ensure, and I've said it before, I even said it on the previous rallies, that in my first year as president, I want to ensure that we have 5 million trees planted. By who? By the soldiers. We pay our soldiers. We've promised to raise the payment of our police officers. At least 1 million shillings, the first payment of a police officer. What do we expect from them? Not to beat or tear gas the citizens, but to ensure that they protect and serve the citizens, to defend and uphold the rights of the citizens of Uganda. Secondly, the military. We want to pay them well, because these are the men and women that honorably are guarding our country, or are supposed to be guarding our country. So after paying them well, what do we expect? I intend to see that the military is put to better and respectable use. We want the military to plant 5 million trees in the first year of the Kyagulanyi presidency, in the first year of the National Unity Platform administration. And number 5, we want to promote national security and international relations. We want to ensure that our security is inborn. You see, we've been taught in the past that peace is not only the absence of war, it is the presence of justice and, of course, freedom. People cannot have peace when there's no justice. So we want to ensure that there is justice. We want to ensure that we unite our deeply divided country. When there's no tribalism, when there's no sectarianism, when there's no injustice, you can almost be sure that there will be national security. And of course, we want to improve the international relations. Under our government, you're not going to find Uganda on loggerheads with sister countries. You're not going to find us closing borders or having borders closed on us, because we shall respect the relationships that we share. It will not be about the president or the leader. It will be about the people of both these countries. Now, of course, we encourage the same thing that the government does. When the government is promoting harmony, we shall translate the same with the ordinary Ugandans. When the military is planting trees, we shall translate and promote the same with the school children, with the ordinary Ugandans, and with the various community organizations. Ladies and gentlemen, I must salute you again for giving us the support, for standing with us, and for giving as much support as you can. As I said, we entirely depend on Ugandans here in Uganda and abroad. I want to salute the young men and women in the diaspora and the leadership of the diaspora. The young men and women in the United States of America working ordinary jobs, but again sending their hard-earned money back home to support us. We want to salute the young men and women in Europe. In Arab countries, many of them work through unbearable conditions, but they still send back home their hard-earned money to support us in this cause. And that is why we continue to take a pledge with you, ladies and gentlemen, that all we can do is be as committed as possible. We continue to appeal to you for more assistance. I want to read to you the mobile money number that supports that, the mobile money numbers, sorry, because there are more than one, where you can render your support on. The first is an Airtel number, which is 0706 949488. It is 0706 949488. It is in the names of Sarah. Another Airtel number is 0703 636363. Once again, I'll read it. It is 0703 636363. That is in the name of Daniel Oyerot. And the third one is an MTN number, which is 0787336363. It is 0787336363. It is in the names of Daniel Brenny Oyerot. We continue to thank you for that, and maybe I'll give you our online platform. It is www.peoplepower.org.ug/donate. Allow me, before we sign out, to update you on our next programs. Our next programs, tomorrow we are coming to Wuyikwe, we are coming to Ugazi, we are coming to Mukono, and then later we'll be coming to Kayunga, we'll be coming to Jinja, we'll be coming to Kamuli. That will be on Monday. On Tuesday, we'll be coming to Namutumba, we'll be coming to Kaliro, and we'll be coming to Palisa, and all other parts of Uganda. We will be joining you. Tubebaza nnyo okutuwagira mikwano gyange, tubebaza nnyo okutwagala, tubebaza nnyo okuyimirira naffe. Ours, like I said, is a national cause. Guno mulama gwa ggwanga, teguliko kabira, teguliko dini, teguliko myaka, teguliko nti ono mukyalo oba mukazi, wabula ffena ffena. Nebaza badepute baffe bano, Mama Lina Zitwiga Waru, a powerful woman who reminds me of Winnie Mandela's quote: you strike a woman, you strike a rock. Ozizamu nyamanyi mama, the Honorable John Mujisha, Deputy President in charge of Western Uganda. mwebale nnyo kutuwagira, mwebale nnyo kutwagala. Tujja kubanga tubategeeza nga tukomawo, will be every now and then coming to address you, to update you. You know we are blocked from mainstream media. In Masindi, in Hoima, we are not allowed to talk to you. In Kasese, we are blocked from talking on the radio station. In Hoima, we had even paid money. And we are even constantly blocked from even reaching out to you. So we will try as much as possible to use social media. And we request you, friends on social media, to try as much as possible to share our message. Right now, as I speak, President Museveni has dominated all mainstream media. He has literally ordered all media to broadcast his speech, to broadcast his lies, to broadcast his contradictions. It is only social media that we can use to reach out to you, and we request you, if you believe in the message that we send to you, to also push the message further so that ultimately we achieve our liberation together as a nation. We thank you for God and our country. Mama Dr. Lina Zedriga, kindly thank our people, and don't forget to thank them in the local language, our default.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. President. Thank you so much, the team. Thank you so much, those that are here present with us to ensure that we reach out to the world. Teamwork multiplies the results. Thank you, our Secretary General. Thank you, the foot soldiers. Many of you are still in jail. Many of you are still prisoners of conscience. Ours is a message to liberate ourselves. We cannot thank you enough. Let us continue together. And especially today, for the Christians, it is the first Sunday of Lent. And the message today is about the closeness of the times. Let us remain awake. Let us remain alert. And let us continue to pray and be focused and await. And await the delivery of a new Uganda. It is very, very important. The delivery of a new Uganda is for all of us Ugandans. It is for all of us. So, I like it, we like the signs, the energies, not even the prison, not even the military, not even the tear gas, not even the whatever. We have demystified it. We are walking with our heads high, with our hearts. We cannot be bought, we cannot be intimidated. Voting day, polling day. We are going to sleep in the polling stations. We have prepared different units and brigades. The Red Termites, the Red Brigade, the Red Command. And red is a powerful color of martyrdom, of delivering freedom, of delivering a new promise, of moving with the acts of the apostles to the land of revelations. And for sure, time is on our side, the Lord is on our side, and you people from Karamoja, from where I saw you in prison smiling and very happy. When I see that spirit is not broken, the prison, the intimidation, the militarization just renews it. And even you, Mr. President, you are very renewed. Thank you so much. You are leading by example. So I want to thank all of you. We continue to rewrite the good, inclusive, powerful, liberating history of a new Uganda. Thank you. Webale nyo, webale redala. Apoyo matek, the team in Gulu, the team in Kidgumbe, everywhere. Apoyo matek, asante sana, webale munonga, alakara noi. Award 7, award 4, award 5.
Thank you. Thank you, Mama. Thank you. You see, when you're communicating, I also get captivated as well.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Very briefly, Mama, please give a vote of thanks as we conclude. And don't forget to communicate it also in Runyachitara.
I could begin with Runyachitara. Yes. Nyenda kumanyisa abanyayuganda mwena ahimura mwena abo kumpurro mu rurimi orunkugambaho kugira ngo struggle je yiturumu to struggle yebyenganda nko ku government eriho negezaho kugira ngo eriyo nerwanisa abanyankore. In fact abantu abingi babintu bajya ngo bishi abwenki numuzo mu baganda nibaza kutubinga Kampala struggle yebyenganda struggle yebyenganda kancyongere mu murundo gundi struggle ne y'abanyayuganda. Buri munyayuganda urukwenda kuzo mu Uganda ensya ayimuke ajoining struggle egi abo kuba twaba twena rahanga katukora ensemwe yatukora abanyayuganda nabwo ecyo mwimuke turwanira rihanga ryitu turwanira rubugabe bwitu abo kuba tiya gas kwe kutora na mu Muganda kutora na mu munyadino wendije twena turya abantu bamwe twineshaga memwe interests zitu nk'abanyayuganda human rights nzimwe nambwene ntangaire kuriya ahari migera amaduka abantu kubazibira ngo mutakora umuduka mutaguza n'abantu ecyo kunwanyo n'ecyo kurya iwoyine hotel business yawe urya kabukinga mwene ngira ngo mwena mwimuke turwanira rihanga ryitu turwanira robugabe bwitu turwanira abana beitu ahabwo kuba speed yitu ruho twajigumamo yihanganiriza kucwekero mu rundi gumu. Kandi ekindi mbagira ngo obururu bwe twabutungire wakawe nko muntu nako kongesereza mwene hati ngira ngo ahizoba ryo kutera obururu noreba ebiro bateyire biro bike hati owekitini sa president akaba nkoriyo musheje wo munyankore abasheje bakaraba abanyankore kuyabira yenda kwima bande nyama akugira totajibaga atotajose atotajiteka atkonkanyendo mucuzi mwene hati iwe otajibaga otajiteka otajose akonkanyendo mucuzi otazo mukaruru otagambira radio kuzayo batubinga otaza TV otarabo mucyaro hati iwo bururu konkano yendo bururu mwene ngera ngwe ibare rebukire turupitera fuka hati tumumanyire nimwe mwamumanyire mwena no mumanya mwene mwimuca izoba ryo kutera karuru mugende mutera karuru kandi oraheze kutera karuru agume ho mwanya obwo arinzira karuru abo kuba tactics zeza karuru twena tutwire ntuzimanya kandi tuzimanya abo kuba tukandi tuzikoramo mwene ngera ngo ahizoberiyo mwimuce mugeramani buryo mwagambiro mwana we umwana wagambiro muzeire we abo kuba itwe abakuzire turiyo nturugamo we are moving out of this country soon konka imwe abana beitu mukine bingi emyaka mingi omunsi mwene buri muzeire agambiro mwana we buri mwana agambiro muzeire umunyabuzare agambire mutahi rero bwanyuma tuje tugira ihangarungi umukokubanza mu January kandi president wanje yabaraganise ebintu byona ntuza kuba nkoriyo wo mbeyibuli abwentama erukubyama nempone kabyama necunje Uganda neza kuterera abo kuba amashomero ngazagaruka mutindo abo kuba amarwaro ngazagaruka mutindo ebyahwerekerire byona cooperative society zitwe za afire niza kwimuka amataka ganyu nkabanyankore kwetara na ranche yo muntu omwe yayetwarire kandi obwe yabire ranche y'abanyankore ebi byona nibizagaruka omunteko rero bwanyuma Uganda yitegendo nisho nyenda kubaraga kubasibura no kubagira ngo people power mukimanyisa amanu gabantu mbweni imwe amanu ganyu nugo gararete obushoborezo mu Uganda. Finally, in English, I want to say thank you very much. Thank you for supporting us, and we encourage you to continue supporting us, and that when you support us, you are not only supporting him to go to the presidency, but you are supporting your child, you are supporting your family's future, you are supporting the future of all Ugandans. Because we all are craving for a good Uganda where there is equality, where there is freedom of speech, where there is freedom of interaction, where there is no dominance. Because I get surprised really when I find people saying that this is a tribal struggle, because like my president has rightly said, wherever you go, actually it's not only the police, but there are these young, tallish, dark young men who are commanding the police. They are not in police uniform. Wherever we have been, there is this mysterious, tourish young man who is commanding the police. In fact, I've been asking them that for you, you are here, you are telling the police, but you are not even in uniform. Who are you? So we want a Uganda where institutions work, where no young men come and start instructing police generals. Generals have no say in whatever they are supposed to do. They are being pushed by these young men. There was a young man I saw in Mjera who was saying, you are not going to sleep in this hotel. Then I said, you know what? It seems the hotel belongs to you after all. You can stop us from sleeping here. But you should not stop people from selling us food, because they even stopped the people who were selling food. So I want to say that Ugandans, we need a free Uganda, a Uganda where we can all live happily, because Uganda belongs to us, for God and my country. I thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mama Jolie. I am very, very happy that you pointed out those people, those young people who are always not in police uniform, but wielding guns, and they're the ones giving orders to the RPCs, to the DPCs. That paints further how much the Museveni regime has weakened our institutions. It is only one family giving orders around. In Kapeka yesterday, I was told that Salim Salih's daughter was the one ordering soldiers to remove our posters and beat people around. That is wrong. We believe that Uganda should be for all Ugandans, and institutions should work. Ladies and gentlemen, as we conclude, I want to once again send our heartfelt condolences to the bereaved families. It is very unfortunate that those people were killed. I want to tell you once again that your children were killed on the orders of General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. He said it yesterday, and we are very happy that words escape him. Otherwise, if he was still the other Museveni who was still in control of himself, he would still be able to lie about. But now, even biology cannot allow him lie. He will find himself letting the truth out. He said that he gave orders to the military to sort them out, and indeed he sorted them out. It's only appalling to see that even tonight in his communication, President Museveni said that those people were rioters. Actually, he talked about compensation. He talked about compensating parents for the murder of their young children. I don't know what you're going to compensate to this young lady who had her son at age 15, who has suffered with her son, brought her up, and she's looking forward to a new Uganda, and you murder her son, and you say you're going to compensate her, just like you sent Catherine Kusasira to pay the parents of the late Yasin Kauma after your people killed him deliberately. That is wrong. We don't want to be killed and our families paid. We want to live and have a chance to be in our 80s like you. We want to see Uganda in 2050. We want to be alive, Mr. President. We don't want to die. The parents don't want to see their children die so that you compensate them. They want their children to live, and they must live. You must respect Uganda's children like you respect your children. We are all Ugandans, and we have a right to life. Of course, I want to condemn the double standards as well. As President Museveni is so aware that the NRM politicians are gathering around towns, as he pays people to put on yellow uniform and go to towns, he is blocking us from accessing towns. You are blocking us from even using the main roads. That is our money that made those roads. That is not your money. Those are not your roads. Those roads belong to us as Ugandans, and we have the same rights as you have, Mr. President. Please respect the law. Please act like the president that you promised you will be. And finally, I want to tell President Museveni and all his hangers on that we shall not give up. I say it again, we shall not give up. We are going to fight for our freedom. We want justice, okay? And we are going to get that justice. I want to call upon all Ugandans to come up in large numbers and vote. If you did not have the reason to vote, at least make this reason to vote. Please come out and vote. as a protest. Please come out and vote to pay for the lives of these children. We don't fight violence with violence. We are going to use our most potent weapon, and that is our vote. So please come out and vote. If you have a sick person or an elderly person, encourage them or help them to access the polling stations. Come out and vote. I will be on the ballot paper under my name is Kyagulanyi Sentamu Robert with the symbol of an umbrella. And please vote for all National Unity Platform candidates on the 14th of January. After voting, don't leave the polling station. Make sure you got our vote. We are winning, friends. We are winning. Museveni is on his way out. And so, let us keep pushing hard. All signs show this is a person that used to convince people. He used to use the word siyasa. He does not use it anymore. He used to call Luweero triangle his maker. You saw what happened, what the people of Luweero were saying. So we call upon you, President Museveni, to respect the voices of the people of Uganda. You have a chance to keep your legacy and mend it. But again, you have a chance to end up like Gaddafi or Mugabe or all these dictators that have come before you. The choice is yours, grandfather. We respect you, and we'd rather that you also respect that position that you're holding. And very finally, I want to encourage all our brothers and sisters in the diaspora. Please continue taking part in the diaspora activities. Come out, because your country is not as brutal as ours. Show solidarity with the people of Uganda. Take part in the fundraising activities. Take part in the Zoom interactions. Together, we can liberate Uganda. Thank you, Mama Lina Zedriga, the doctor. I thank you, the Honorable Joel Mugisha. I thank you, the people of Uganda, for God and our country. When the struggle is over, we shall wear the victor's crown. We shall wear the victor's crown. We shall wear the victor's crown. When the struggle is over, we shall wear the victor's crown. In the new Uganda. People power.
Our power.
Our power.
People power.
NUP.
Everywhere. NUP.
Bongako.
Hey.
Bongako. Bongako. Cheers, Ugandans.
Thank you.
Cheers.